September has come round again, which can only mean one thing: Fashion Week. Around the world, those two little words have become synonymous with ready-to-wear collections. Attention to detail is everything. In the heart of the Marais district in Paris, one printer who's earned the stamp of approval of the French luxury goods market is busy making small objects. They may seem unimportant, but they're crucial to proceedings. The invitations.
Here you have the invitations we did for the Kenzo Women's Wear Winter 2014-2015 show. The artistic director told me he wanted an invitation that lit up, so I said, OK. We put the invitations together with the lights and the batteries and the wires, but we only turned it all on at the last minute so that they would still be lit when they arrived.
No challenge is too great for Jackie, known locally as the printer of the Marais. He often has as little as 48 hours to turn the ambitious dreams of artistic directors into reality. Working with him, a 26-strong team of silkscreen printers, binders and embossers, all in the service of turning simple squares of cardboard into works of art.
We're realizing that we're getting commissioned to print things that are more and more beautiful. We're always pushing the limits of what can be done with paper, because these bits of papers that are tangible yet inexpensive link between a brand and the client. Whereas doing things in a digital fashion creates an entirely different image and experience. So they're reinventing the medium, creating objects out of paper, always making them sleeker and more sophisticated.
For one particularly special Balenciaga invitation, the printer of the Marais had to compete against a Japanese rival for the job.
The real challenge, the most complicated part, was achieving this curve whilst keeping the top covered with embossed paper. Jackie's really proud of the fact that when we were up against the Japanese, who have a true love of paper, our know-how and our love for printing challenges won us the job. We're pretty proud of that.
Fashion has always been inspired by art, everything from popular to conceptual work. Exploring this subtle and complex relationship, the Coullaud and Kolinksi Gallery has put together an exhibition looking at the emotive power of clothes.
Fashion ceases to be just fashion when you decide during the planning phase to dedicate a part of the work to do something that will be experienced rather than simply worn.
Thanos Kyriakides from Greece is blind. He reduces clothes to their most basic skeletal essence.
I have the idea in my head, so I don't design, no. First, I start by making le fil de laine avec des nœuds.
First I start making woolen thread with knots. And then, after having made kilometres of the material, I move on to the construction of each piece.
The exhibition's masterpiece is signed by the king of the Arte Povera movement, Yannis Kounelis, with a price tag to match, €200,000.
Yannis Kounelis worked using this material, a found item of clothing, as a starting point. So it's a man's coat that he uses like thread, as a primary material in his work, which can actually be used with Murano glass or lead or whatever.
Whether selling art or selling fashion, the challenge is the same. The object needs to feel rare to inspire desire through uniqueness. The famous Avenue Montaigne chose this Fashion Week to launch an ambitious project entitled The Quest for an Exceptional Object.
Our fashion houses are particularly concerned with and proactive about how they maintain their savoir-faire. Why does French fashion occupy such a respected position in the world? Because French fashion boasts a wonderful amount of true expertise.
The 30 luxury fashion houses affiliated to Avenue Montaigne are showcasing their exceptional objects. Dior has asked 120 artists for their take on the bag created for Princess Diana in 1995. The mayor of Paris is supporting them.
You know, when I talk with the mayor of New York, a city that's really into fashion and is one of Paris's main competitors, They haven't got all these different specialists, all these workshops. They're trying to do there what we already have. In Paris, we have these huge fashion houses of international standing. We have the people with the right expertise.
At Dior, the sculptures aren't for sale. Other fashion houses have different rules. At Chanel, both the works on show are available to buy, be it the shopping basket or a jewellery box in the shape of a carton of eggs. But the most impressive exhibit, the one demanding the most attention, is also the least permanent.
Chocolate's certainly an exceptional object, especially when it's made by Fouquet using traditional methods, using the best possible ingredients and recipes we've been using for 5 generations.
So, while the delights on offer on the Avenue Montaigne do make for some delicious sights, it's good to know that some exceptional objects really are good enough to eat.